There are pains that people see, and then there are pains that no one sees. There are wounds we can easily talk about, and then there are wounds buried so deeply within the heart that we have convinced ourselves they will remain there forever. Some of you listening today have carried such pain for years. You smile when people ask how you are doing. You continue with your responsibilities, you attend church, you pray, you worship. Yet beneath the surface there is a place in your heart that still aches. Perhaps it was the rejection that changed your life. Perhaps it was the betrayal of someone you trusted. Perhaps it was the loss of someone you loved with all your heart. Perhaps it was words spoken over you many years ago that you can still hear as clearly today as when they were first spoken. The pain may be hidden from others, but it is not hidden from God. The beautiful truth is that the Holy Spirit sees what no one else sees. Before you ever spoke a word about your suffering, He knew. Before the tears fell from your eyes in the middle of the night, He knew. Before the disappointment broke your heart, He knew. There has never been a moment when the Holy Spirit was unaware of what you were carrying. Sometimes we believe that because no one understands our pain, God must not understand it either. But the Holy Spirit knows every detail of your story. He knows the memories that still hurt. He knows the questions that remain unanswered. He knows the wounds you have hidden even from those closest to you. And He comes not with condemnation, but with compassion. Many people spend years trying to hide their brokenness. They fear that if anyone sees their weakness, they will be judged or rejected. So they build walls around their hearts. They become experts at appearing strong while secretly feeling exhausted. Yet healing cannot begin where honesty does not exist. The Holy Spirit never asks us to pretend. He never asks us to wear a mask before God. What would happen if today you stopped hiding from the one who already knows everything? What would happen if you allowed the Holy Spirit to enter those places you have kept locked away for so long? The Lord is not intimidated by your pain. He is not overwhelmed by your sorrow. He is not discouraged by your wounds. In fact, He draws near to the brokenhearted. The Holy Spirit is able to touch the deepest places of the human soul because He knows exactly where healing is needed. He sees beyond the smile. He sees beyond the words. He sees beyond the appearance of strength. He looks directly into the heart and says, I know what you have been carrying, and you do not have to carry it alone anymore. The moment we stop running from our pain and bring it into the presence of God is the moment healing begins to unfold. The Holy Spirit already sees every hidden wound. Now let Him touch what only He can heal. Many people believe that if they ignore their pain long enough, it will eventually disappear. They bury it beneath work, responsibilities, ministry, relationships, and daily routines. They tell themselves they are strong. They tell themselves they have moved on. They convince themselves that what happened years ago no longer affects them. Yet hidden pain has a way of remaining alive beneath the surface. The heart was never created to carry wounds without healing. When pain is left untouched, it begins to influence the way we think, the way we speak, the way we trust, and even the way we see God. What began as a single wound can slowly become a burden that weighs upon the entire soul. Some people wonder why they cannot experience lasting peace. Others wonder why fear seems to follow them wherever they go. Some struggle to trust people even when they desperately desire healthy relationships. Others find themselves reacting with anger, insecurity, or anxiety without fully understanding why. Very often, the root of these struggles is not the present moment but an old wound that was never surrendered to God. The enemy understands the power of unresolved pain. He knows that if he can keep a wound hidden, he can keep a believer trapped. He will whisper lies into that wounded place. He will tell you that you are unworthy. He will tell you that you are forgotten. He will tell you that you will never recover, never heal, and never experience joy again. He takes what was meant to be a temporary season of pain and tries to turn it into a permanent prison. But the Holy Spirit comes to expose the lie. He comes not to shame us for our wounds, but to reveal what has been secretly stealing our freedom. The Holy Spirit never uncovers pain in order to condemn. He uncovers pain because He loves us too much to leave us bound by it. There are moments when the Holy Spirit gently shines His light into areas we would rather avoid. He may bring a memory to the surface. He may reveal a hurt we thought we had forgotten. He may expose bitterness, disappointment, or grief that has remained hidden for years. In those moments, we must understand that God is not reopening the wound to hurt us. He is revealing it because He intends to heal it. The greatest danger is not that we have pain. Every person experiences pain. The greatest danger is allowing that pain to become a permanent resident in our hearts. Unhealed pain can slowly rob us of joy, weaken our faith, distort our identity, and keep us from fully receiving the love that God desires to pour into our lives. The Holy Spirit wants more for you than survival. He wants freedom. He wants peace. He wants restoration. He wants you to live without the chains of yesterday controlling your tomorrow. And the moment the Holy Spirit reveals the burden you have been carrying is often the moment He begins lifting it from your shoulders. What the Holy Spirit reveals, He also desires to heal. The wonderful thing about the Holy Spirit is that He does not come into our lives as a harsh judge pointing out every weakness and failure. He comes as the comforter. He comes as the one who understands the deepest cries of the human heart. When pain has exhausted us, when disappointment has left us weary, when grief has taken away our strength, the Holy Spirit draws near with a gentleness that only heaven can provide. Many people expect healing to arrive through dramatic moments alone. Sometimes God certainly moves in powerful and unforgettable ways, but often the deepest healing begins quietly. It begins in a moment of prayer when no one else is present. It begins during worship when tears suddenly begin to flow. It begins in the stillness of God's presence, when the Holy Spirit whispers truth into a heart that has listened to fear for far too long. There are voices that constantly compete for our attention. The voice of past failures, the voice of rejection, the voice of guilt, the voice of regret. These voices often become so familiar that people begin to believe they are true. They hear them day after day until discouragement feels normal and hope feels distant. But the Holy Spirit speaks differently. When fear says you will never recover, the Holy Spirit says, I am with you. When shame says you are too broken, the Holy Spirit says you are loved. When disappointment says God has forgotten you, the Holy Spirit says, I have never left your side. His voice does not create confusion. His voice brings peace. His voice does not increase fear. His voice releases faith. His voice does not remind us of who we were without God. His voice reminds us of who we are because of God's grace. This is why spending time in His presence is so important. Healing is not merely about removing pain. It is about replacing lies with truth. The Holy Spirit patiently teaches us to hear heaven's perspective instead of the perspective of our wounds. He begins changing the way we think, the way we see ourselves, and the way we see our future. Perhaps you have prayed for healing and wondered why the process seems slow. Remember that the Holy Spirit is not interested only in removing symptoms. He is restoring the entire heart. He is healing places that were damaged years ago. He is rebuilding trust where betrayal once lived. He is restoring confidence where rejection once ruled. He is planting hope where despair once seemed permanent. And as this healing unfolds, something remarkable begins to happen. The burden that once felt unbearable becomes lighter. The memories that once produced constant pain begin losing their power. The fear that once controlled every decision starts giving way to peace. Not because of human strength, but because the Holy Spirit is working within the depths of the soul. His presence is medicine for the wounded heart. His voice is strength for the weary spirit. His love reaches places no human hand can touch. And when you learn to listen to His voice above every other voice, healing begins to flow where pain once ruled. The voice of the Holy Spirit will always lead you toward the healing your heart has been longing for. There comes a moment in every person's journey with God when they must make a choice. They can continue carrying their pain alone, or they can place it into the hands of the one who is able to heal it completely. This is not always an easy choice because pain often becomes familiar. Even when it hurts us, we learn to live with it. We build our lives around it, we protect it. Sometimes we even define ourselves by it. Many people want healing, but they struggle with surrender. They want peace, but they continue holding tightly to the very wounds that are stealing their peace. The Holy Spirit gently brings us to a place where we must decide whether we will trust God with the deepest parts of our hearts. Perhaps there is someone you have never forgiven. The offense happened years ago, yet the memory still brings pain. Every time you think about it, the wound feels fresh again. You may believe that holding on to resentment protects you from being hurt again, but in reality, resentment often keeps the wound alive. The person who hurt you may have moved on long ago, but the pain remains because it has never been fully surrendered to God. Perhaps the struggle is not resentment but regret. You look back at decisions you wish you could change. You replay moments in your mind and wonder what your life would be like if you had chosen differently. The enemy loves to use regret because it keeps people trapped in yesterday. The Holy Spirit, however, calls us forward. He reminds us that God's grace is greater than our failures and that our mistakes do not have the final word. For others, the burden may be guilt. They believe they have disappointed God beyond repair. They know that God forgives, yet they secretly struggle to forgive themselves. They carry shame like a heavy weight, believing they must earn the love that God freely gives. But the Holy Spirit continually points us toward the mercy of God. He reminds us that healing begins when we stop striving and start trusting. Surrender does not mean pretending the pain never existed. It does not mean denying what happened. Surrender means placing the wound before God and saying, Lord, I cannot carry this anymore. I trust you with it. It means releasing control and allowing the Holy Spirit to work in ways we cannot fully understand. There is something powerful that happens when a believer truly surrenders. The burden begins to lift, the heart begins to soften. The chains that once seemed impossible to break begin losing their hold. God starts transforming the very thing that caused so much pain into a testimony of His faithfulness and grace. The Holy Spirit does not ask you to heal yourself before coming to God. He asks you to bring your brokenness exactly as it is. He asks you to trust Him with every scar, every memory, every disappointment, and every tear. And when what has been hidden is finally surrendered, what has been wounded can finally be healed. The pain you place in God's hands becomes the place where His healing power begins to work. One of the most beautiful truths about the Holy Spirit is that He does not simply remove pain. He restores what pain has stolen. Many people focus on the wound itself, but the Holy Spirit sees everything that was lost because of that wound. He sees the peace that disappeared after the heartbreak. He sees the confidence that was weakened by rejection. He sees the hope that faded during seasons of disappointment. He sees the joy that slowly slipped away through years of silent suffering. The enemy wants people to believe that once something has been lost, it can never be recovered. He wants them to accept fear as their permanent companion. He wants them to believe that anxiety will always control their thoughts and that sadness will always define their future. But the Holy Spirit tells a different story. He is the Spirit of restoration. He specializes in rebuilding what life, pain, and brokenness have tried to destroy. There are people listening who remember a time when they trusted God more easily. They remember a season when their faith felt strong and their hearts were full of expectation. Then something happened. A prayer seemed unanswered. A relationship ended. A loss occurred. A dream fell apart. Slowly, disappointment entered the heart and began taking things that were precious. Sometimes pain steals confidence. A person who once walked boldly begins questioning every decision. They become afraid to trust, afraid to hope, and afraid to believe again. Yet when the Holy Spirit begins healing, confidence returns, not confidence in ourselves, but confidence in God's faithfulness. We begin remembering that our future is not determined by what happened to us, but by the God who walks with us. Sometimes pain steals peace. The mind becomes crowded with worries, fears, and endless questions. Even during quiet moments, there seems to be an inner battle. But the Holy Spirit has a way of speaking peace into the storms of the soul. He calms what anxiety cannot control. He settles what confusion cannot understand. His presence brings rest where there was once constant struggle. Sometimes pain steals hope. A person begins expecting disappointment because disappointment has become familiar. They stop dreaming. They stop believing. They stop expecting God to move. Yet the Holy Spirit continually breathes life into weary hearts. He reminds us that God is still working, even when we cannot see it. He reminds us that no situation is beyond God's power to redeem. What makes the Holy Spirit's restoration so remarkable is that He does not merely return us to where we were before. He often brings us into a deeper relationship with God than we have ever known. The very pain that once threatened to destroy us becomes the place where we encounter His faithfulness most clearly. The wound becomes a testimony. The struggle becomes a witness. The sorrow becomes a story of grace. And as restoration continues, we discover something extraordinary. We are no longer defined by what hurt us. We are defined by the God who healed us. The Holy Spirit can restore more than you ever imagined was lost. As we come to the end of this journey, we must understand one very important truth. Healing is not merely a moment, it is a relationship. There are times when God touches a life in a powerful instant and everything changes. But for many believers, healing unfolds through a daily walk with the Holy Spirit. It is not only about being healed from pain, it is about learning to live in the presence of the one who heals. The Holy Spirit never intended for us to experience freedom one day and then return to carrying burdens the next. He desires continual fellowship. He desires daily communion. He desires that we remain close to Him, allowing His presence to strengthen, guide, and protect our hearts. Many people seek a healing experience, but the Holy Spirit invites us into a healing lifestyle. Every day He calls us to spend time with Him. Every day He invites us to bring our worries, fears, disappointments, and concerns into His presence. The same Spirit who comforted us in our deepest pain continues to walk beside us through every season of life. One of the greatest gifts of the Holy Spirit is that He teaches us how to trust God again. Pain often damages trust. After being hurt, people become cautious. They guard their hearts. They become afraid of disappointment. Sometimes they even become afraid of expecting anything good. Yet as we walk daily with the Holy Spirit, He gently rebuilds trust one step at a time. He teaches us that God's faithfulness is not determined by our circumstances. He teaches us that God's love does not change when life becomes difficult. He teaches us that even when we do not understand what God is doing, we can still trust the heart of the one who holds our future. As this daily relationship grows, something beautiful begins to happen. The wounds that once dominated our thoughts no longer control us. The fears that once dictated our decisions begin losing their influence. The memories that once caused constant pain no longer possess the same power. Why? Because the presence of the Holy Spirit becomes greater than the pain of the past. The healed heart becomes a testimony to others. People notice the peace, they notice the joy, they notice the strength that remains even after difficult seasons. They may not know the entire story, but they can see the evidence of God's work. The Holy Spirit often uses healed people to bring hope to those who are still hurting. And perhaps that is one of the greatest miracles of all. The pain that once threatened to destroy you becomes a testimony that encourages someone else. The tears become part of a story of redemption. The struggle becomes evidence of God's faithfulness. The wound becomes a reminder that the Holy Spirit never abandoned you. Today, whatever hidden pain you have carried, whatever burden you have silently endured, whatever wound you have kept locked away, know this. The Holy Spirit sees it, understands it, and is able to heal it completely. Stay close to Him, walk with Him daily, trust Him with every part of your heart. For the heart that remains in the presence of the Holy Spirit will never walk alone and will never remain broken.